Pandemic Parenting is a digital resource hub and nonprofit organization, and our main mission is really to translate the psychological science for parents and caregivers, professionals who work with children or families, to just try and get information out there that's very credible, relatable, but trustworthy. It's hard for parents and caregivers to have access to a lot of the mental health information and psychological science, so that's really what our goal is.
At the time of the pandemic, especially, parents were so taxed, emotionally taxed in terms of their time and cognitive resources, so we wanted to really be able to get scientific information, good empirically based resources into the hands and minds of parents everywhere in a simple way that was respectful of their time and really how much time they had to give to sort of extra things like this.
Pandemic experience is new to all of us. It's not like we could ask an older generation how they dealt with kids' anxiety and depression in a pandemic. Parents need answers, just the same as they would want when their child complains of a physical health concern.
Pandemic parenting basically gives away science, meaning that they make that science and research digestible for everyday parents who haven't graduated with a degree in psychology. And as someone who doesn't have any previous research or psychology experience, I found it really rewarding seeing how our team of experts was consistently able to translate complicated research into super practical resources for both parents and caregivers.
So when we first decided to host a webinar, it was exciting, a few dozen people might show up. And so when a couple hundred people came, and then when we hosted other webinars with close to 500 people, it was just an extraordinary, oh my gosh, this is reaching way more people than I thought.
This is such an incredible honor, and I think it's because it comes from my community. This is the community where I'm raising my kids. This is the community where I live and work, and it's where Pandemic Parenting started. It's how we assembled our team in the Northwest Indiana region, and it really was the biggest following we had in the beginning in terms of support and people giving us ideas and feedback for where to take this work. So it means the world to me that the community where this whole effort began is recognizing that what we've done has been helpful and impactful, and that's all I think any of us really ever want with our work. So it's an incredible honor, and it's really humbling to know that the community has responded the way it has.
It feels huge. It just feels like such an honor to be inducted into this society that focuses on innovation, and I feel like there's not, in some ways, an opportunity for me to be able to be creative in my everyday work. And so this was a chance to innovate and be creative and step outside my comfort zone a bit. And so to get recognized for that on top of just being able to do it feels like a huge honor. And so it just feels really good to have that recognized.